Hello guys, and welcome to episode 49 of my Rome 2 Total War campaign with the Iceni tribe. Today it looks like we're going to be taking on Syracuse in order to wipe them off the face of the earth. Now the Mists of Doom have got pretty close to Syracuse, but I'm a bit uncertain about the brothers of Xenophon lurking around the borders of Lilybaeum. And the Iron Winds last time got attacked by a navy, and I managed to beat them off pretty successfully actually. However, I'm not entirely sure that these levy freemen will be able to deal with this army depending what's in it. Especially with the depleted units, their morale is going to be shot. So, I'm going to set these men to double time and hopefully move them. But nope, doesn't look like that's going to work, so I'll just put them back to normal stance. And I was hoping that I'd be able to move them out of this sea region and get them onto shore to sort of encroach on this army from behind. Then once I take out this army, I can move back to Syracuse. Doesn't look like that's going to happen though. So now I'm going to check all my other armies and see if there's anything else that needs doing. So Penios in Africa. He can be increased in rank, so let's make him or give him furtiveness, which gives him +1 cunning and extra chance of assassination and manipulation. Then we got Adiatorix. Actually, before I do that, we may as well move Penios towards Lepsis to find out what's going on with the Nasamones. Whoa, okay. That is a lot of armies. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Granted, 2 of those are navies, but to be honest, that's scary. If I was to attack that with one army, it'd probably get crushed. Depends much on their units. If they're only, look, they're only large shield warriors. These are not so great Numidian units. So I probably shouldn't be too scared of that, to be honest. We got Adiatorix up north. He can head towards Boy and Istros to basically disrupt some of the armies up here, but when I decide to take them out, then I can get Adbugio, who is currently working on the culture in Illyria, to head up north probably to sort out the culture in Silesia, which is still a little bit Germanic. So he can start to head up there. I've got another druid in Illyria anyway, converting that culture. That's Adiatorix. And Katios and Anauni are still working in Tingis on the culture conversion of Mauritania. But I'm going to start to move them onwards towards, one towards Phazania and one towards Africa, I think it is, yeah. Because these are the 2 new regions I've captured, and they are mostly desert nomadic. So they're going to have to be converted eventually. And with the culture becoming nearly 100% Celtic here, I can move out Anauni and Katios. Then Adiatorix, may as well stick him onto administration if he wasn't already. The Iron Winds, I think I might put them close to my navy here in order to give them a bit of backup should I get attacked by Syracuse, because it's very easy for them to just come out and attack me on the seas if they want to. My navy's actually pretty vulnerable there. I'm not sure if I put my men here, that's just outside of the enemy sea region. Maybe my men can still replenish a little. Nope, they cannot. But they are in range to reinforce should they need to. I can get the Will of Andrasta. Might get them to move out of Carthage this turn and go and sit in Lilybaeum, just so that they don't get attacked next turn. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Yeah, it's going to make Carthage a bit angry, but next turn a lot of stuff is finished, and hopefully that's not too much of a concern to them. There's still 5 turns for rebellion, so it's going to give my men easily enough time to get back if they need to. So the Mists of Doom, yeah, okay, nearly there. We've got the Spear Runners up in Bedorgis, waiting for the happiness to sort itself out here. Provincial instability causing most of it, and the cultural differences. So we're going to upgrade a Warlord's Hold here to help with that happiness. But they're going to have to sit in Bedorgis, not doing much for now. Then the Woad Warriors are heading across the top of Africa. Well, they can continue round, and they can probably actually attack the Nasamones once they get close enough, because they have a very nice army of Chosen Spear Band, Chosen Sword Band, with my army of Britain Scout Riders as well, which are extremely effective in a straight charge. And we got the Noble Stags in Segestica. They're going to be able to move out next turn most likely, because what's causing the unhappiness this turn is the conquest that happened from taking over a kink. So this army here will be able to move on to attack the Singadun next turn. I could probably actually move them out this turn. With a normal stance we can head towards the city, ready to attack it next turn anyway. So that's going to give us something to do. Then we got the Consorts of Morrigan down inside Damis. If I move them out,
is there nothing else?
Find out that we can't move them out, and thus going to have to upgrade to a Groves of Rismerta here to sort out the happiness. And this field, well, I'm actually going to upgrade it to a farm here, and that's because people have been noticing that my food's actually starting to go down quite significantly, so I may as well upgrade my farm somewhere. Then, yeah, that is about it. The Braux's Vanquishers, they're fine. The Consorts of Morrigan are the ones I just looked at. So that's all my forces looked at. And that pretty much means that I can click the end turn button without any penalty. So that's exactly what I'm going to do.
We come to you in strength, to speak words of strength. Reply then, with a strength that welcomes peace.
You say strength too much, decline.
In honor, I come bearing gifts. And why do you move away in such a fashion?
Well, here we go. Syracuse asking me for peace. 4,300 for a peace treaty. Tempting, but not as tempting as the Nasamones was when they offered me 20k. So this comes a bit short, and thus I am going to decline.
I wonder what malevolent spirits were whispering.
So, Knossos and Tyrus have broken their alliance. Eleotorix has been found next to the armies of Boy, next to Istros. Then the concealed agent has been found, Penios, down next to the Nasamones. And Popusa, one of my war maidens, has increased in rank. Also, I've now increased my Imperium, and I can have 10 armies, 5 fleets, 4 spies, 4 dignitaries, and 4 champions, and 4 edicts. Awesome. So we're even more powerful. Oh, never mind, that's even increased even more. And even more. So we're now on 14 armies actually, and 7 navies. I think that will help out a lot. Agitos, wounded in trying to assault my garrison at Lillebeum. Okay, so that got rid of a Syracuse agent. That works for me, I guess. We're going to increase this War Maiden's champion ability, I think, so that we get plus 12% campaign map movement range, unless there's something that will allow me to increase the amount that she can train. Doesn't necessarily look like it, though. So we're going to have to go with upgrade of champion. Then we can grab the Mists of Doom. We're going to put them onto shore, ready to attack Syracuse, with the Iron Winds heading back to Lillebeum. Or maybe I could send them to Carthage to sort out the happiness there, but no, I think I'm going to do a swap here. Send the Navy back to Lillebeum and the Will of Andrasta back to Carthage. I have no idea why they decided to go that way, but that just used up all their movement points, which is really frustrating. I don't know why they didn't just go there when I told them to, but apparently they decided that it would be better to run off all the way around here and do it that way, when they could just clearly get onto the boats through Lillebeum, but never mind. Now, the Woad Warriors getting close to the Nasa Mourners. Next turn we'll be able to attack Lepsis, even though we recently got a peace treaty with them, but too bad. We got war declared between the Odorisian Kingdom and the Biefi. Don't know why that sent me to the edge of the map. Probably because the Biefi have already been destroyed by them. But my soldiers are very close to the Skordisai, so I'm going to go ahead and attack the Skordisai this turn. We're going to declare war on them and take this city for ourselves. They are extremely depleted. I don't even think it's worth going into this battle. So I'm going to auto-resolve it. We've got an extremely high victory chance. I'm going to take advantage of that straight away. Straight through the neck, and the settlement is ours. We barely lost a man. Probably what would have happened anyway. So we're going to occupy this, and Singidun is now ours. Odorisian Kingdom, I beat you to it. But it looks like what happened was the Skordisai attacked the Odorisian Kingdom in Delminium, while the Odorisian Kingdom were attacking Singidun. So they sort of swapped around, but I jumped in and got Singidun for myself, which is quite funny. Anyway, Singidun is already Celtic, and I'm going to upgrade their Chieftain's Hold to a Warlord's Hold here. The happiness is going to be perfectly fine, probably. And what I can take advantage of is moving down the army in a kink with a forced march stance and hitting Delminium in the next turn. So they're going to sit on the border here, just in range of Delminium. They're also in range of being reinforced, I think. Maybe not quite. If I go back a step, they're in range of being reinforced by Singidun. So if Delminium just try and ambush my Braux's Vanquishers, then they're going to get a sting from Singidun. Then we can go to my forces and we can check out the rest of the armies. So, Penios. You've been found, but doesn't necessarily matter. Let's go ahead and sabotage Lepsis. We're going to poison their wells. And hopefully kill some of their units off before we attack. That seemed to be successful. We're going to get Adiatorix up at Boy to probably try and do the same. Some more poison in their wells.
I like that word.
And he was also successful. And increased in rank from it, so that was definitely worth doing.
I told you I'd be a great man.
We're going to make him into a spy, +1 cunning. We're going to get Adbugio to continue northward towards Bedorgis. Katios to continue across the top of Africa towards Phazania. And I now need to do a similar thing, but towards Carthage. Now, Adiatorix and Ida, well, you can sit there for now. The Swords of Power up in Mons Regius. Nearly sorted out the happiness here. Once the Shrine of Rosmerta is finished, we can move on from here and head down toward Tur, where the Aestes capital is. And then we can take them out. The Burning Men are now moving into Camalodunum this turn. And we can take them off force march next turn. The Spear Runners in Bedorgis have nearly sorted out their happiness issues. Once the Warlord's Hold finished, that will allow them to be moved to Bells. Then we got the Consorts of Morrigan. Hopefully this turn can now move out. Goes down to -2. Couple of turns though. That happiness will be fine. So I'm going to take this opportunity to head up to Carthage, where hopefully this ironsmith will be finished and I'll be able to upgrade this army from all of its levy freemen. And probably going to get rid of the Scorpion and the Skirmishers and change them into Slingers and Ballistas. Sounds like a plan.
Call this a garrison?
And that is all the troop movements for this turn. So we managed to take advantage of taking over Singadon this turn. Next turn we'll get Delminium, we'll attack the Nasamones again, and also take Lepsis. So let's click that end turn button.
We do not beg for gold, only ask that we can have trade between us.
So this trade agreement will be worth 428 per turn. They offer me the trade agreement in return for 100 gold. That's not necessarily in my best interest, mainly because if I get a trade agreement with them, it's not necessarily going to make the Odorisian Kingdom very happy, who have just declared war on them. So I'm not going to accept this for now. So even though I was in range of reinforcements, because I was in forced march stance and they ambushed me with that, I don't get reinforcements. So looks like I was mistaken. So bear that in mind, guys, if you're ever playing. If you have a forced march army near reinforcing armies, they won't get reinforced. And that's what I just found out. So we're going to have to fight a battle against units I have no clue about, which is kind of cool. They've obviously done this for when you get ambushed, you have no idea what's attacking you and from where, I guess. So let's jump straight in, and I'm sure we'll be able to deal with whatever they throw at us. So where are we going to be attacked from then? I do love that it starts in a cinematic perspective. We got some levy freemen charging down on us. Oh no, what will I do? Charge my heroic nobles in to go and deal with them, and we're going to get some sword bands also to break off and attack that side. On this side, we're being charged by light horse. I can intercept them with my own horsemen. We can send a couple of spear units to go and help there. We got a unit of light horse trying to kill my units at the back. But luckily, I've got a couple of Britain scout riders to intercept that unit. We can grab the rest of these melee units and start charging up to the army on the right. So up we go. We're going to hit their army on the side of the hill, but no matter. Once we get the reinforcements from the left side, we will greatly outnumber them. So fended off those units, brought round the light horse to charge into the side of one of my sword band units, and that will probably end well for my own unit, but not so well for their horsemen.
The men are wavering.
We're going to have to get my general to inspire the unit that's thinking of running away, which is actually my veteran riders who have got caught up in a melee that they probably shouldn't be in. So that's probably the reason why they're thinking of running away. I should probably get my Britain skirmishers to come up and help out. Accidentally paused the game when Steam came up there. So we're going to just play it again, no need to worry. To take care of these Celtic bowmen. My spear band, I can charge into the back of these men from the flank, and that should win us that battle there, while my heroic nobles and sword band clear out these Celtic bowmen at the back. And that has routed their entire army. My Britain skirmishers got into range at the end there. We're starting to fire a few missiles, but we've won. And we're going to continue just to make sure that we kill off this army and make it easy for ourselves to take over the city that they came from. So I won't continue it for long. I'll just let my veteran riders clean up these levy freemen, and then I'll probably end it manually. Killing a few units here and there, ones that are trying to run away, just being executed on the spot. So we'll let all them die.
We'll kill them all!
Turn around my unit of heroic nobles to intercept these ones that are running behind them. It looks like they saw that coming, so they stopped. And I think that is about it. So let's not watch all these men run forever. Let's escape and quit the battle for a decisive victory, which we lost 181 men. They lost 1,245, including their general. Killed a lot of their men, left them with 3 units of levy freemen and 3 units of ranged men. So now, the Mists of Doom, who have come ashore, are being attacked by the armies of Syracuse. And this goes in my favour because I won't have to fight them as hard in their own settlement if they attack me on the open field, which is really good. Basically, my Briton ballistas will be able to destroy their armies pretty effectively, while my chosen sword band and spear band hold the front line. The only thing that I'm worried about is the fact that it looks like they've actually killed off my general before this army actually attacked me, so I won't have a general for this army, and the morale may suffer because of that, and I think that's why the strength bar is so badly in my enemy's favour. But we're going to jump in, fight it on the battle map anyway, and see how well we do. So, from the looks of things, it looks like I'm at a massive disadvantage down this hill. I am on a huge slope, and the only place that I can think would be even fair to fight is down here. But I'm not sure that'll matter too much, as I'm probably going to put my army over to the right here. Now if they charge down from the top, what will happen is they'll get to this point where I'll be at an advantage because I'm slightly uphill. So that's how I'm going to try and do things, but I'm not sure it'll work. They'll probably just surround me with the amount of men that they have, so I'll have to rely heavily on my ballistas and my cavalry. So that's how I'm going to place all my units. I think that is pretty much job done. Start the battle and wait for them to come down and get me. I'm going to lock this formation for now so I can quickly rotate it should I need to.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
But it actually looks like the Syracuse army is heading towards the edge of the map. With their cavalry at least. I'm not sure how that's exactly going to favour them. Because if they come down from here, then I'm going to be still at a huge disadvantage. By being on the edge of this hill here, I'm trying to avoid as much of that as possible. I've got to bear in mind that they do have reinforcements coming in, so this army is going to be huge that I'm facing, and there's no way that I'm going to go and attack them before the reinforcements arrive up this hill. So I'm just going to have to wait for them to reform and then come at me. In the meantime, I might actually set my men to explosive rounds. There's not much cavalry to deal with, so we don't need the round shot. We just want to blow open these hoplite formations before they hit our front lines. That's probably why these horsemen have moved over so far to the edge of the map, is to fill in with the reinforcements. So we'll wait for that to occur. And meanwhile, I'll probably actually spread out my own forces in preparation. Because it looks like what will happen if I'm not careful is I'll just get surrounded. I'll keep my Levy Freeman grouped up in the middle, just in case though. Then they can reinforce any flanks that need help. But in all honesty, my chosen sword band and spear band should hold the line. I'm not expecting them to rout anytime soon, even though I don't have a general. Move about my cavalry a little bit. But it looks like they finally decided to head towards me. So it's going to be a priority to find out what I can fire at effectively. So see where these ballistas are firing before I change their targets. So they're going for missile units, that's not ideal. Let's make them hit the militia hoplites. The ballistas on this side can either go for the cavalry. Probably these cavalry is a good idea.
Ready for battle! Ballista!
We can get these ballistas to target another unit of militia hoplites. I'm going to charge their units on the right with my cavalry. And I take one unit of cavalry to the left to deal with these mercenary Numidian cavalry. So these ones here are Tarantin cavalry. Mostly missile cavalry, basically, is what they are. Skirmish cavalry. I'm trying to select these ones with a box to get them away from the hoplites who are trying to attack them. But it's not actually working too well. I'm going to charge into these Numidian cavalry with a frenzied charge. On this side, I'm going to turn my general unit to charge at the Numidian cavalry. Managed to kill a couple of them, but now my veteran riders have finally arrived. They can deal with them on the flanks. So, we can go ahead and engage our front lines into these men that are running forwards. And I'll keep my ballistas firing onto these Hippias Lancers. I think that's actually still quite a good target. These Britain ballistas though, well, they can fire on the units advancing behind. You've got my general unit being engaged. That's fine. And these chosen sword band can engage these militia hoplites. Going to open a little hole in my lines, but it can be filled up by Levy Freeman should I need to. So I'm going to put my Levy Freeman unit there. I think over on this side, my veteran riders, yet they've engaged infantry. Not the best move there. I've already lost one unit of veteran riders to
Our men
infantry.
flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
And looks like it's going to happen again. But we pretty much surrounded a group of militia hoplites on this side with chosen sword band. So they're going to get slaughtered very easily. It's these Levy Freemen I'm worried about here. So I'm going to engage them with 2 units versus 1. We can target their general unit of hoplites with these ballistas while we wait in. And I'm going to also target the missile units that are firing onto my men with the ballistas, so that I don't have to deal with them after I've killed their front lines.
The men are wavering.
On this side, the hoplites have caught up with my veteran riders once again. Really frustrating that they keep persisting to take out those cavalry. Front lines are just about holding, I think. And they're gonna just chase around my veteran riders, who I'm actually just gonna make run around in all sorts of directions until this left flank's killed off. So it looks like we've managed to deal with that okay. We can run forwards with the freemen and tell them to chase off the missile units while the sword band comes back to attack their militia hoplites harassing my veteran riders. Get all of my men into melee. These chosen spear band running very low on men. Gonna back them up with these levied freemen who are now freed up. These militia hoplites probably won't last very long against chosen sword band. You can see their front lines are disintegrating pretty quickly. Veteran riders have also engaged the mercenary Tarentine cavalry, and I'm going to tell them with the mercenary Tarentine cavalry breaking off to hit the mercenary hoplites instead, who haven't quite fully routed yet. While all this has been going on, my Briton slingers have been firing at their own targets. That's perfectly fine. But we still got these cavalry being an issue, I think, and I can probably turn a couple of slinger units to kill them off. Okay, so the majority of their units running away now. Getting some spear band to join this melee on this side to finally break these men. The mercenary Tarentine cavalry are gone. So let's now chase after their missile units who are harassing me. These cavalry can make sure that the mercenary hoplites are fully disbanded.
The enemy general is dead.
Okay. Now these slingers can attack their slingers. I'm running across the center here. My ballistas are actually doing a really good job of not causing too much friendly fire, which is nice. This unit will be disintegrated by both the ballista fire and slinger fire. Right flanks destroyed. Got through there, so let's run down and help these
One of our units has used
units
all its
that
ammunition.
have overextended a little. We can also get the slingers to run over and help out as well. Need to stop these ballistas firing now. They've almost run out of ammo anyway, so it's not a big
The
deal.
men are wavering.
Those units succeeded on the left and now have to come down and help out on the right. I think one of my chosen units just got completely destroyed. Completely by accident, to be honest. I think this is a second reinforcing army with a few full units that I kind of disregarded. But we're doing very well, I think, considering the odds that were against us. And now their hoplites are taking 3 damage from slingers at pretty close range, and that's going to destroy them completely, especially if I go quick reload. Now I'm going to let those slingers continue to fire on this general for a while. There we go, and they've finally broken completely, but they're going to get shot in the back so much. And although I do want to continue this battle, I am not going to. I don't have enough cavalry to run them down effectively. So we're going to end the battle there. It's going to be a costly victory, where we lost 1,107 men, but they lost 3,779. Pyrrhic victory, we lost 1 unit of chosen sword band, but they lost a lot of men in the process. So I would say quite a good job there, but not good enough, unfortunately. It means that my army isn't going to be able to do very much to take that town this turn. We're going to get the army, though, some heroic nobles, and then they can head back to Lilybæum in order to replenish. I really don't think they're quite up to scratch at the moment to take on Syracuse. Now, this leaves me in a bit of a dilemma. I'm going to upgrade this grove to a grove of Resmerta. That'll help the happiness in Africa. They're going to be rebelling in 7 turns, but kind of leaves this army free. And although it's only levy freemen, these units are now very depleted, and it will allow my levy freemen to just overrun them if they attack them. So I'm going to take my men back into normal stance, and we're going to get ashore. Then next turn, this levy freeman unit, if the Chosen Sword band aren't basically fully replenished, which they probably won't be, I can hit Syracuse with this army instead. I think that's going to be a good trade-off there.
Hail to the mother! How can I help?
But that's pretty much all I have time for now. Just going to move this army towards Thapsus. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this one. That was a pretty epic battle with the Syracuse, especially considering the hill advantage that they had. I also managed to take a settlement for myself this time round, so we did reasonably well. But next time, Syracuse definitely gonna die, and we can also take the army next to Singadun down to take out Delminium. So there we go, guys. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.